It's that 5% at the end that makes people think that your script is great. And the thing that actually makes that 5% great is the 95% of work that went into it beforehand.
Flying through the sky, hey, we're burning bright. They're never gonna stop us with the brightest light. Think about the times we nearly fell apart. Well, now we're so alive with the wildest stars. Spending every night with my summer breeze. Cool, young and free, pure energy. Playing all the songs that we wanna hear. 'Cause we could be dead in the morning.
What up, Internet? It is your boy, RynoRyder. We're back again for week number 5 for the RynoRyder vlogs. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are entering the final week of April. This week, I am going to finish the process of turning, well, I'll just say this. I've finished the treatment for my book adaptation into a screenplay, and it's 38 pages long, 37 and a half to be exact. And there is a rule which I, in the screenwriting community of old, that may have gone the way of the dodo, but it's something that I have adopted and that I hold true to, and I believe produces great work. And I'm not seeing this done by any other screenwriter that I talk to, professional or otherwise. And that is the 3-to-1 rule in regards to the length, the number of pages that your screenplay treatment should be 1/3 the number of screenplay pages. Now, this is going to be a really great test, and I already know that it's going to hit because my treatment is 37 and a half pages. Times that by 3 is 112 and a half pages, page screenplay. 112 page screenplays, perfect. That's perfect. Not too long, not too short. That's how long a screenplay should be if you're telling a good story. Me saying this coming off of a screenplay in a movie I'm going to make at the end of this year where the screenplay is only 60 pages. But that's different because I'm also directing it, and I know I'm doing, there's very little dialogue in it and things in that nature. As a screenwriter, I'm not directing this movie, okay? So I'm able to approach it as a purely, almost a scientific way of, I am the writer. I need to write down what I need to describe the scenes, the setting. I need to tell the actors what lines to say and what movements to do within the scene. And then the director's job, it is his job to then interpret those words to screen and those movements and direct those scenes as we're capturing on video that moment, that recreation of that moment, the recreation of what I write down, which is transcribed from a previous novel and work. It's an insanely powerful thing. It's magical at best, and I take that responsibility extremely seriously. And I know that it takes a lot of work. And I know that none of you do this much work into it. And that's why your screenplays aren't good. Or you're not getting anywhere, regardless of whether your screenplay is good or not. That's why you're not getting anywhere, and that's why you may be finding frustrations in your career, is that you're not putting this work into the beginning. I know because I talk to you, and I engage with you, and I read your scripts, and I ask you how long your treatment is, and I see it all. So it's a big driving force of why I'm doing all this is because I want every single one of you I want every single person who watches this to be a 10 times better screenplay writer than I ever will be. That is truly what would make me the happiest, is if everybody else became a better screenplay writer than me. That's really my goal in doing all this. And if I'm the bar that is set, my level of talent is the bar of what becomes acceptable as screenplays that get produced moving forward, then I am so happy with that because my bar is fucking high. So if you can hit my bar and surpass it, that is all I want from you. And so I'm giving you everything I have, everything I can possibly show you in my process, and give you every bit of encouragement and permission to not listen to anyone else. Don't listen to anyone else. Don't listen to me. Only listen to that voice inside your head. I know I'm contradicting with what I say, but life is contradicting. That's what I got to start off this vlog, is a push for you screenwriters out there to do this work, to do this process, because it's working and it works. This is the second time I've done this on record. This is the second time I've done it from an adapted material, this exact same process. And it's working. In the first way, it worked. This process works. The algorithm fits. If I could just get it out of my head and put it into a computer, that would be amazing. So in the meantime, I will just sit and document and record every step along the way, including sharing this. I'm going to link up my treatment in the description below for this video so you can see the full finished product. Last week, if you look at the description, I included links for the original novel, the beat by beat whiteboard outlines that I did by hand, and then the finished treatment of a all for the same chapter, so you can see the process from source material through my transcribing into the finished product. And then in this video, I'm going to give you the entire treatment, all 38 pages for the treatment for you to read. It's the entire story. It's everything. That's everything you're going to see on screen. No, that's it. I am more than comfortable with that. I think, the fucking bullshit that Marvel and Hollywood do of these, they're so worried about these stupid bits of information getting out. Nobody gives a flying fuck. Deliver a solid fucking story. They're not doing that, and they won't do that. They are not going to correct themselves just magically. In the meantime, I will continue to dig and grind to get my message heard to the masses. I've got a couple of phone calls this week. I'm getting back into the anthill. Got a costume designer now working on Bellabone's costume based off of this sketch. We've talked a bit about that. I have a phone call, video call later this today where I'll be talking with the composer, talking about themes and moods and stuff for the music. I'm just really excited. I talked about DP, talking about lenses and what cameras. We are just, I really want to come out of this, and I would like to be one of the first filmmakers to make a film, whether independent or not, after and even in the midst of this virus, and to document it and show how a producer can make a film and still provide a safe and warm and loving space for everyone to feel comfortable being creative. So that's what we got going on for this week. It is Tuesday. Tuesday means new movies on VOD, so that excites me for after I finish my work today and I watch my movie tonight, I'll get to watch something new. That is what is going on right now in the world of RynoRyder. Let's get ready to Rhino! Fuck, I suck. You fucking suck. That was terrible. Fuck, dude, I am off my game. Woo! Splash Xavier is splashy. I suck. Shit. Sucks. Fuck. Damn. Try to warn you. And it says Ghostwriter. RynoRyder. Nice to meet you. Oh! Boom, bitches! Way to go, Crispy! I didn't think you had it in you. But I think what we should do, if you understand what I'm saying in terms of what to do with the music there, and you like that idea, I would like the opening, basically that song, whatever piece of music that you write and you come up with, minute to 2 minutes in length, kind of a theme song, if you will, we'll call it, for the piece, that we just let that song play over, and what I'm going to do is have that opening shot start as basically just black screen, and that opening shot will be a dot, and however long it takes for that song, that piece of music to play, by the time it finishes, that dot will slowly scale up and expand and fill the frame into the opening shot, and then the story will go. And during that time, we're just going to lay the titles over it, Abigail Ritchie, all the cast, the composer, producer, writer, director, just throw the credits over that, kind of like opening a Pulp Fiction, but in reverse, where the title's going from big and fading black, and then they just put the credits over it. This is going to be the reverse. So it's going to start as nothing, and it's going to then fill the frame of that picture, and the piece of music over it is just going to be that Indiana Jones thing, something just adventurous, exciting, and things like that. So that was kind of the thought I had, and I wondered what your take on was that.
So you said starting with this dot that expands to the full frame. Did I understand that right? It starts small and.
Yeah, if you know anything about video editing, basically you just scale the video down to 0, put a time frame, or a keyframe, and then let's say the song's 2 minutes and 22 seconds, then you just go to 2 minutes 22 seconds and put a keyframe and put the scale at 100, where it just fill the what the shot is, and then just hit render, and then so it'll automatically go from 0 scale to 100% scale, filling the frame.
Yes, it's interesting. It's a long time.
Yeah.
To be from to just be expanding inward like that. I could also see musically something that just has a real big build. So it starts very kind of, I don't know, almost even ominous or mysterious, and then it builds and builds and builds, and then once we get that shot in full frame, that's where the beat lands, the big that's the big moment where things start and it's hitting the ground running, and I don't know, that's another option. And so then it would play through maybe that first opening shot, perhaps. I don't know. What are the thoughts?
I think because I just see I see it once the shot fills the frame. I see the music coming down, and very similar to how I'm going to use a lot of John Williams reference, but how the music in every Star Wars opens. It opens with that big, theme that you love and goes, and then how it ends and just kind of tails off. You know what I mean? And then the story starts. That's how I see the music playing when this opening image comes in, and the music will just kind of die down and kind of fade into the background, and then we see the feet of the junkie running, towards camera and rushing past frame, and then cut to him running, and then the music will be very dun, 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 running and suspenseful. You got it?
See, so we go to new cue at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're in a new place here.
Yeah.
Now the story's.
Now what's going on? Ooh, running. Who's this? Yeah. Ba ba ba. Yeah. What's up, vlog? It's your boy RynoRyder, wrapping up another week for the RynoRyder vlogs. Week number 6. Things are getting busier. I'm getting more ideas, more things I want to execute on. One thing in particular this week that has lifted itself to the forefront again has been the anthill. It just has crept to the forefront of my mind. I was kind of on wait for the month of April. With everything going on, I wanted to see what April was going to look like and just kind of hunkered down during that time. Well, today's May 1st, May 2nd, actually. Some recording this on Saturday. And I'm still waiting, but I'm watching, and it just seems like people are getting moving more, and so the anthill has come back to the front of my mind, and we got the costume working for Bella Lynn's costume. We got the music being worked on, some of the score. Composer and I are talking about that. I finished, I guess I can talk about this. There's a website called Shot Deck. I think it was designed and launched by Wally Pfister, if I'm not mistaken. There's either a bell sound or a sound if you're talking. Anyway, it's in a beta version right now, and you can try it out for free. Basically, it's just a library of screen grabs from tens of thousands of movies, and you can type in there or search for interior, exterior, warm, light, male, female, running, inspirational, any kind of keywords or things like that, and it'll bring up a selection of different films, and you can pick and choose your ones and add it to your own lookbook, if you will, and write descriptions, stuff like that. So I did that. Yeah, I'll put the link to that in the description. And basically what it's portraying is just kind of my look, the vision, the feel, the vibe of the film, the colors, the camera, what lenses. I've been talking to Kaya. He's going to DP it and also produce it with me. We're going to shoot this thing anamorphic, 235. We're going to shoot it traditional anamorphic, get some anamorphic lenses. Just really, really big scope, a la, Sergio Leone. I've been studying a lot of films, like restudying stuff that I'm going through, films and things that I did back in film school with film theory and studying directors and stuff like that. I'm kind of going through a similar wave right now. I'm watching one movie a day, sometimes two, most times two, and studying every single shot. What's the camera doing? What lens is that? What kind of shot is that? Where is the lighting? What's the movement of the camera? What's the blocking, the direction of the action? What's the composition of the shot? What's moving in the shot for every shot? And then there's the edit, and why is it cut there? Why edit? And what's the next piece following? What are those two? What's the link between the two pieces of information that are between those two pictures that's flowing along? I mean, I am really focused and paying attention because I want to knock this out of the park. It is my first time directing a feature film. I've made a movie before and I know a lot about films, but credit is where credit does, or whatever. But this will be my first time directing a feature film. And so I want to do my best and I want to deliver. Do you know why? For a fucking audience. That's why. The only thing I want is for people to be able to sit down for 80 minutes and forget fuck all anything that's going on in their world and their life and just be goddamn entertained from start to finish every fucking second. That is my goal, and that's really hard to deliver. And I'm going to try to deliver on every emotion, every nuance, every sound, everything in that film. I want it to portray a feeling, a thought of entertainment and value for the fucking audience, because you guys, goddamn, do you deserve something great. You really do. You've just been schlocked shit for so long. And yeah, there's diamonds in the rough, but most of you have never even heard of those. When I say most of you, I mean people in the world. Most of my followers probably have seen some of the films that I'm talking about in my head. But yeah, man, that is my number one drive. I had a phone call earlier today talking about, they asked me what are my plans for this film. Unlike my last movie, Evidence, where that was most number one importance was to find distribution and break into it, right? To make it. I've said that before. it only has to be third on my list because there are other people that are putting work into this that money is more important to them, or is more important to them than it is for me. Not that money is the end all be all for them, but I understand this is this is my baby. This is my passion. People keep calling the evidence my baby all the time, and I said, no, it's not. It's not my baby. I never felt like it was. This one, yeah, it's mine. It's mine. I love it, and I love it so much because I believe in the potential for what it will do for an audience, how it will be able to entertain an audience, and that is the only thing that's of importance to me. Number one, it. And then down the line come the other stuff. But that is my number one goal. That is where my focus, that is where my fixed point is maintained, will be maintained this entire process. So, yeah, it's back in the forefront. Beyond that, the writing, I'm on the writing the actual screenplay. I'm 50 pages in. Been writing the script 4 days now. On day 1, I wrote 11 pages. On day 2, I wrote 11 pages. On day 3, I wrote 14 pages. And on day 4, I've written 14 pages this morning. That's 50 pages. That type of turnout is unheard of in the screenwriting community. And I will tell you why. Because I did all of that obnoxious work beforehand. When you get to this point, I've already done so much work in terms of telling the story literally beat for beat that it is very simple for me to fill out the screenplay. And now I get to enjoy myself. Now I get to have fun with the dialogue. Now I get to play with nuances of the characters. It just opens you up so much more free that you're not so stuck to how to drive this story forward. How do I keep the audience entertained? You do that work in the beginning. You build those blocks, build that structure, so that at the end you can add those little nuances and details that are the things that make people think your script is great. It's that 5% at the end that makes people think that your script is great, and the thing that actually makes that 5% great is the 95% of work that went into it beforehand. And in my effort to share as much as I can with my process, I posted my entire treatment, 38 and a half page treatment on Reddit. And I gotta say, I don't know, some of the people off of Reddit might be watching this right now. If so, thank you for watching this and crossing platforms like that. But for those of you that have spent any time on Reddit or from Reddit or whatever, you'll know that it's a bit of a tough crowd. I've had much success on there, writing articles and posting things that have done very, very well, that people have really enjoyed and highly upvoted and lots of engagement. And this one got a lot of engagement, but just not upvote. I mean, it would upvote like this and then get downvoted like this, and up and down and up and down, and now just kind of right at 0. Look, I'm open to all engagement, and it's feedback for me to get a sense on what you are thinking if you are an aspiring writer or a filmmaker. And if I don't know what you're thinking, I'm not going to know what to say or what value to bring you. So the engagement is crucial to my quest. That being said, there was a lot of things on there just blanket people saying this is not a treatment. This isn't what a treatment looks like. And I'm saying I'm not debating. Someone said this isn't a treatment, it's a scriptment, and posted this article, which is very insightful or saying that no client would accept that as a treatment. They wouldn't even get past, blah, blah. And all right, maybe I should clarify. I don't give a fuck about clients or fucking notes or producers or studios or fuck all of that, okay? And I felt that same way when I did try to, submit to producers or did write for production companies and take notes from them and things of that nature. I would begrudgingly, alter my work to fix their needs. And now I just don't care. Now I'm doing it all on my own. I'm bringing all my IP under my roof. So yeah, I'm not getting notes from fucking anybody. So I'm not worried about that. Who cares what the fuck you call this thing, right? Whether it's a tripment, a scriptment, an outline, a beat sheet, a fucking, turmeric page. Who cares? Who cares what you call it? The only thing that matters is the goddamn motherfucking story, people. The action that leads from A to B and down the line keeps the audience engaged every 3 to 5 seconds for 2 hours. That is the goal. That's the end zone. Anything short of that is a failure in my book. Or you're not as crazily passionate about this field as I am, in which case step aside. Look, I've found a method that works. Not works for me, it works, period. Because what I'm doing is nothing more than a mathematical equation of words, okay? I'm simply doing the simple steps, starting from a very, very broad sense and structure of things, and whittling it down to the ones and twos, the binary ones and zeros, binary functions of a successful screenplay. I have the formula in my head. I'm trying to give it to you as best I can. And one day I will build something that will take my brain, take the algorithm, plug it into the machine, and you'll all have it for the rest of mankind, and I will not be happier. But until then, giving something a different name, or these names have only been defined by an industry that fucking has been shitting on you the entire time. The Hollywood system does not look out for you, okay? It looks out for themselves. So the fact that you are worried about what to call any certain thing because that makes you feel good or feel professional or feel like you're in it or above or in some level in your head, successful, instead of stripping all of that away and looking really, really deep inside your fucking self and that determining your own success. Until you're at that space, get out of the way. Shut the fuck up. Actions, bro. Actions. And I say bro because it's a lot of dudes out there, at least from their username and their handles. That's a whole other topic that I'll save for some other video. Get out of the way. Who gives a fuck what you call it? You're still not putting in this work, okay? You're still not putting in this work, and that's why nobody knows who you are and nobody's gonna see your fucking stories. Period. End of conversation. And this is very bold and I'm going very attacky right now. And I wasn't planning on this, but I'm just going with it. And the reason I'm putting it out and putting it on the record is because I am confident in my capability to deliver on the things that I say. To the people that are watching this that believe me, are ride or die, that are along for the journey, thank you. I'm just here to entertain. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Be sure to like, please comment, please subscribe. This subscriber count is going up and it makes me ecstatic to see every single one of you. We got some new subscribers this week. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have no idea what it means to me. I'm pushing the graphic novel. Follow me on Twitch. I'm streaming 5 days a week. I'm building up a platform there. Let's go. Let's fucking go. All right? RynoRyder out. Peace.